My crazy Southern Cross Heathen here again. Just another quick video. I got a comment on my YouTube, but it didn't show up, so I don't know what the go is there. And because it didn't show up on the video and only in a notification, I'm not going to say who the comment came from. So the questions were, are the gods' religions tied to geography? Should you practice in the place where it originated, or would you say it is tied to ethnicity? Can you practice the religion of your ancestors in any land? Great questions, by the way. Are the gods and religions tied to geography? I don't think so. I mean, originally they would have, but due to migration and explorers and trading and things like that, I can't see how our ancestors, while say travelling the Silk Road for trading, would just forget about their gods, and their beliefs and rituals. It's well evident from historical texts that those who came in contact with our ancestors, they did carry on with their beliefs and rituals and wherever they went. So I don't think they are tied to any set geography. Should you practice in the place where it originated? Well, once again, back to my traders and explorers and migrators, when the Vikings migrated over to Great Britain, they took their beliefs with them. And they integrated quite well into society over there, as the Celtic religions were very similar with lifestyle and earth-based beliefs, very nature-based. So why should our beliefs be trapped into one place? Although, in saying that, with the gods, I'm sure that, say, those who lived along the coast and then migrated maybe inland would not take Njord or Ran with them. They would most likely have, obviously still had practices and rituals for those gods, but they would also then focus on, say, if they were in a farming area, Frey, and then put Frey above Njord. Or would you say it is tied to ethnicity? This is a tricky one. You have people who say that you can only practice the beliefs of your ancestors, blood ancestors. Then you have some who say that no matter who you are, you can follow whatever beliefs and gods that you want. It's a tricky one with ethnicity. What happens when, say during the times of the Viking Age, when the Vikings would pillage and plunder, take slaves and rape, and that rape produced a child, or they took on a slave and that slave became pregnant. Do those children, are they not allowed to follow the beliefs of their ancestors? Or because one parent is of one ethnicity, they are not allowed to follow the beliefs of the other parent's ancestors? I believe that you need to have been called and have dedication to that belief system to be able to fully live that lifestyle. So, yeah, that one's a hard one to answer. I know there's a lot of people have very strong opinions on that question. Mine, it'd probably be another half an hour video to really get into how I feel about that. But yeah, victims of the children of rape back in those days with slaves and things like that, obviously that their ancestors are both the rapist, or and of those who have been enslaved. So are they not allowed to believe in both, or one or the other? Yeah. Personally, I think it's a relationship between the person and the gods and their community at the end of the day. So, can you practice the religion of your ancestors in any land? Yes, totally. 100% you can. Once again, back to the first one for the traders and explorers and migrators. The Vikings, when they migrated across to Great Britain and Scotland and Ireland, they took their beliefs with them, and why shouldn't they? That was their ancestors. It's the same as my father was born in England and is of Scottish ancestry. So why should I not be allowed to, living in Australia, follow my Scottish ancestry? Like, just because I happen to have been born here in Australia, does that mean then that I have to only follow the Indigenous Aboriginal spiritual belief system? I think that's a bit unfair. They're not my ancestors. So yes, you can practice the religion of your ancestors in any land. Abrahamic religions are the perfect example of answering all these questions. They took their beliefs everywhere and forced conversions. So why can't other pre-Christian, pre-Abrahamic beliefs be practiced freely as well? Yeah, interesting. I will post these these questions into the comments below. So if you wanted to answer these as well and post the video, that would be awesome. Yeah. So another quick one. All right. Goodbye, my crazies.